Hello, everyone. How are we doing today? I'm at school taking a little break. I'm subbing today, so this will be perfect and have a little education, so to speak. One of the things I want to talk about before we really get deep into different ways that you can do things is the first step that you really need to do, and that is realize that you are at war with yourself. And I'm going to give you some examples of what I mean by that. When we go through life and we have these things that come up, and then we start this little battle in our head. You know, we might be like, I'm gonna be positive from now on, and so the minute any negativity rises up in us, anything that is the antithesis of what we deem to be positive, we freak out. And so we start fighting with ourselves. I gotta be positive, and we're fighting the negative, and we're battling in our heads. Those two forces are coming together. And then we might be, a super negative person. And so every negative thing that happens, we just it confirms our thoughts and beliefs of, wow, see what I mean? Everything goes wrong for me. And then when something positive shows up, we're like fighting that as well. And like, it's going to fall apart. It's just everything goes to crap, everything I touch. And so we just continue this cycle of fighting. Or we might have someone do something to us and we say something to the effect of, I don't effing care. I don't care. Well, they could just do what they want. And if you are reacting to someone doing something to you with the phrase, I don't care, you do. You are essentially lying to yourself and creating a lot of chaos in your body because you're just pushing it all down under the guise that you don't care. And in the meantime, your body is feeling that hurt and that heartbreak and all of the things. And one of the first steps that you can do is stop fighting with yourself. Okay? When emotions come up, they're natural and they're normal. It's normal to cry. A lot of people maybe have been raised that you don't cry. It shows weakness. It's not strength. But the thing is, when you cry, you get a lot of good, amazing release. And all of that stuff that you were pushing into your body needs to come out. Your anger. That's another thing. That's one I've been working with a lot in the last couple months and has been very difficult for me because I started repressing anger when I was about 18 because I found it so embarrassing, and I found it something that I didn't want people to see, that side of me. So I pushed it down, and occasionally it would come out roaring as it does, and then I would be mortified and push it back in. And I'm having to learn to stop doing that. And I've done a lot of spiritual work, so it was almost like, how could you forget about anger? But I've been so busy being like positive and happy that I didn't want to look at that big giant red guy. But I have to have some love for that and compassion because I've pushed my anger in this tiny little box for so long that it wasn't fitting anymore. And it's here to stay, and it's okay too. And I'm learning how to balance that out and not punish myself or others with my feisty mouth. And so that's the thing, is to stop fighting with yourself and start letting these emotions come up and not freaking out so bad when they do, and trying to change them into your idea of what it should look like, whether that be in a positive aspect or a negative, because your negative emotions are important teachers as well, and your anger is an important teacher as well. And we don't need to be scared of these emotions. That's not something you need to be scared of. In our mind, they seem like these humongous things, but when you start like being gentle and patient with yourself and realizing you're a human, it's okay to have normal, natural emotions and allow them to be there. They can leave. They can say their goodbyes. The more we resist, the more we hold on to these things, they stick around and they stay and they get bigger than life. And in actuality, they're really not. And yes, I know it can be easier said than done. Do the best you can. And when you screw up and you do something ridiculous that you deem as ridiculous, be like, forgive yourself, love yourself, and be like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to try a little bit harder. But the thing is, being at war with yourself and then changing that to try and find some peace with yourself is something you owe to yourself. And when you can do that, when you can stop fighting yourself so much, then we can start introducing some different ideas, some different thought patterns, some different ways to look at things. So thank you for listening to me. I am signing out. I have to actually be responsible now. Have a good day.